Hi, I'm Iris Betchol, Gallery Director at Dallas College, Eastfield campus. I would like to welcome you to the Eastfield 50th Anniversary Visual Art Faculty Exhibition at the Mesquite Art Center. Thank you to Mesquite Art Center Manager Con Drennan for inviting me to curate, and Assistant Manager Erica Guajardo for working with me these past few months on exhibition logistics during a pandemic. And thank you to all the visual art faculty who made this exhibition possible and a joy to organize. The exhibition celebrates the 50th anniversary of Eastfield College and includes work by both current and former full-time and adjunct faculty. In the fall of 1970, artist Reese began teaching at Eastfield College. At that time, the Eastfield campus was still partially under construction, and Rex taught his studio classes in the music lab. Soon, artists George Green, Sally Shrupp, and Brent Matson joined Rex as full art professors at Eastfield campus. Since that time, many artists have shared their experiences and skills with students at Eastfield. Artists Rick Maxwell and Kathy Windrow dedicated their early teaching careers to Eastfield students, including myself. Rick Maxwell continued to teach in the district, later moving to Brookhaven campus. Kathy Windrow, who has been at Eastfield since 1982, will join me later for an interview. With 23 artists, this exhibition spans 50 years of teaching excellence in the visual arts. Along with their teaching careers, all of the artists featured have exhibited nationally and internationally. Their work is held in public and private collections and featured in numerous art publications. Be sure to check out the exhibition, which features work in a range of mediums and styles. The Art Center is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Please wear a mask and be safe.
Most fulfilling about teaching is seeing students when they really figure something out. They really discover how to do something they've been waiting to do, or they realize they can actually see something in a different way, that they can create an image that captures the essence of what they hoped to capture. And so sometimes that happens early on in a student's learning experience, and sometimes it happens after a lot of hard work. Either way, for me, it's just as exciting. This is the piece that's in the Mesquite Arts Center that represents my mother, and it's called Relics of a Good Life, because my mother passed away on Leap Day this year, and she was my main inspiration in many ways, and in many of my pursuits. So this is like an installation that is dedicated to the things that she loved and that she shared with me. Some of these objects actually belong to her. For example, the bowl that's on the ground, the sheet music that is on the box under the table, and then some of her old objects, a bottle that she picked up somewhere in a mining town in Colorado, and her ancient pomegranates and some driftwood. And then other objects are things that I found that made me think of my mom. So I've organized them here as a kind of memorial dedicated to her and how well she lived her life and what an inspiration she was to me. So this is an arrangement. It's as if I were putting shapes in a painted composition, except they're three-dimensional objects that I arrange in relation to one another. One thing I want to share is that I have been teaching at Eastfield since 1986. So I've been teaching drawing and painting, watercolor, art history, art appreciation students, and I have seen a long history of people coming and going at the Eastfield campus, and it has been an incredible experience. It's like my home, away from home. Those people are like a family that lasts decades. And it's interesting how the community of students has changed through time. Older students were more common in the first years I taught there. There were quite a few people who were retired, and there were quite a few people who were kind of in transitional situations. It was the late 80s and the early 90s. And now I would say I have more young students, as well as the stretch from 16 to 85 or so. And I also have a large number of minority students who come to me with really rich cultural traditions and different aesthetic sensibilities that enrich our classroom setting. It is just a different community of students in different periods in history, and I just love watching those changes and responding to them. Eastfield's a great, great place.
What's going on, everyone? My name is Jaleesa Devizin, and I am a part of the Eastfield 50th Anniversary Faculty Show at the Mesquite Art Center. I'm originally from New Orleans, Louisiana. I moved to Dallas in about 2017, where I got my MFA at Southern Methodist University. And from there, later that year, I started working as the studio tech at Eastfield and adjunct in ceramics at Dallas College Eastfield campus. So today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my work. So the name of this piece is titled GTF. It's a mixed media piece, has ceramic, nails, and hair weave all into one, so that's why it's a mixed media piece. Basically, when I made this work, I was thinking about form, I was thinking about the body, I was thinking about black female body, blackness, mass, and just sculpture as a whole. So when I started to make this piece, when I moved to Dallas, a lot of people was intrigued with my hair, or intrigued. It was many conversations surrounding black hair and people not touching your hair or touching it and asking to touch it. So I just started to make these pieces using hair, and like a lot of my friends, they wear weave. So I just started to take it and say, hey, can I get this? Can I have this? Or I'll buy it. I'll just purchase it straight out of the beauty supply store, which is another thing. that you'll find in my work. A lot of things that I use in my work is nostalgic. So from down to me using non-traditional art materials to using beauty supply materials, or just sourcing my pedestals at a gas station where I find the crates and I repurpose them, or I put things on cinder blocks, because when I was living in New Orleans, where I'm from, our houses were propped up on cinder blocks. Thinking about the pedestal again, when you go to the corner store, you see people sitting outside the corner store on crates just like this. So I'm just thinking about all of that in my work and just really trying to be intentional about how I'm using the body, how I'm using my body, and just how I'm representing the Black body in general. So moving forward with this work, I'm very happy to be in this show and to show amongst other faculty members of Eastfield, because it just shows, it gives the students insight onto what their professors are actually doing. So lately when I work in the studio with my students in the ceramic studio, pre-COVID and COVID, you know, it's just really interesting to see how they respond and the things that they learn when they actually see their professor in the studio actually working on work. It actually gives them extra insight and extra studio practice to put towards their practice, to say, okay, well, I can incorporate this into my practice, or I saw that she did this, so I'm gonna try this. And it's just, overall, it just gives you, I guess, fulfillment to know that you are actually impacting the student in a way to like enhance their artistic practice. And that's something that I take very seriously, because while I've had great mentors and great teachers, I haven't had mentors and great teachers. And I think it's important, if you are gonna be in a faculty role or position, then you know you need to put your best foot forward to even at least try to engage with your students on a level to where you can, you know, help them, enhance them in any way possible, so that they can get the maximum things that they need from that particular course, or just that experience working with you. So if you want to check out more artworks by 50-year legacy of Eastfield campus faculty members, come on down to the Mesquite Art Center. The show will be up until December 26th. I hope you come check it out. You won't be disappointed.